Position on the proposed ban on exotic pets in Arlington and why. I'm going to start with Vivek.
So the reason I got involved in politics was I took a class when I was pursuing a degree in public policy on wildlife conservation. And as you know, I've been a perpetual student getting my master's and PhD and all. I have never had goosebumps as I did in that class because I think it's a really important issue to me, and that's why I love dogs, I foster a lot of dogs and so on. But I believe that I'm actually exclusively in favor of a ban on exotic pets in Arlington, because you know what happens? The other day I went to one of the parks and people had put their goldfish in the pool. You know, they love when they're a little small and cute, but when they get older, that's what happened in Florida where I used to live. People take their exotic boa constrictors and put them into the Everglades. And that's the issue. So I believe that we should absolutely ban exotic wildlife, you know, and continue to support dogs and give them loans.
Do not leave the cat people out.
Sage political advice.
Well, in my family, we have a policy that we will not have any pets that are caged nearly full-time. That works for our family. We have our dog and our cat, and yes, sometimes the girls, ask for gerbils or hamsters or something like that. But and those that have those other pets, that's great for their family. And I think that this is a question that comes down to what is the real rightful role of the county government. And I do think, and Vivek is right, when we look at what happened in Florida with the introduction of snakes, constrictors, and pythons into the Everglades, it's been an ecological disaster. We also know that there are dangerous animals that are venomous and can attack humans and can harm humans. And that's, in a county that is as populated as Arlington is, that's just not appropriate. So I am all for a process where we listen to our citizens, not to outside lobbyists, but to our citizens. And if we want to make exceptions, maybe for hedgehogs and some things like that, I'm okay with that. I would listen to that. But for the most part, I would be for the ban on exotics.
Joe, this is a great question on many levels, and I'll tell you, when I first heard about it, I thought, I assumed all this stuff was already banned. Not that you have to have a dog and a cat, but I figured it was probably already on the books. And it wasn't. And I commend the county board for taking this up. But first I have to say, this is not the biggest priority in this county. It really isn't. And it may not be $1 million bus stop or some of the other things we've done over the years, but we've gotten some national attention for that, for this, the pet ban issue. And I'm concerned about the board at times getting distracted, because maybe they thought it'd be a real easy thing to, approve, but apparently there's like a reptile lobby nationwide that sees it differently. Okay, seriously. And so I'm concerned about distractions here. Now that said, I respect that, just like I'm not the cute and cuddly guy up here in the dive, at the tables, that you might want a pet that's not cute and cuddly, like a snake or a lizard or something or other. That said, I am concerned about what I call animal cruelty, backyard breeding, or taking animals out of their habitat. So I would support a ban on most of these exotics. Again, hedgehogs, maybe a few things. If it's not exploitative, I can live with that.
I have 2 large dogs, and one of them, he definitely thinks he's exotic. He is high maintenance. I will tell you, when I was in Nicaragua, I had the ability to spend some time with a gentleman named Jungle Bob. And you can look him up on Twitter, or you can look him up on Facebook. And he has exotic pet stores in New York City. And the one thing he told me was, Kim, unless you know absolutely what you are doing, and you are in pretty much a contained facility, no one should have exotic pets. Now, this is not necessarily the prime decision of the county board. I think we all agree that. But the county board does need to listen to the subject matter experts, which are telling us exotic pets can be extremely dangerous. And I have treated a young boy with a copperhead bite. I know what that looks like. I don't want to see that in Arlington. That was in a campground. Luckily, he is okay. So we must listen to our subject matter experts and our community and do what is safe.